I don't agree with Tucker Carlson a lot. Okay, maybe 1% of the time. But I guess this is one of the 1%, because he's actually, I'm going to show you a clip of him railing against interventionist wars. Let's take a look.
Well, recently, a number of high-profile Democrats have been talking up an economic system called socialism. In Venezuela, they've had socialism for 20 years. The results? Not good. Some of the worst income inequality in the world. 90% of the country lives in poverty, while the ruling class vacations in Switzerland. Quite a spread. The average Venezuelan has lost almost 25 pounds from starvation. In a word, a disaster. But it could get even worse for Venezuelans and for us here in the United States. The U.S. has just imposed new sanctions on Venezuela. Some lawmakers are now cheering on the idea of regime change there. Sound familiar? Recently, one Republican senator tweeted out 2 photographs of former Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. The first showed Gaddafi smiling. The second showed him covered in dirt and blood shortly before being tortured, sodomized, and killed. The point was clear. Bad dictators will be overthrown by the United States. Maduro should watch out. What the tweet did not acknowledge is what happened to Libya after Hillary Clinton intervened and Gaddafi was toppled from power. Is Libya a thriving democracy now? No, it's not. It is still a war-torn hellhole. Worse, even. Slave markets thrive in its major cities. Gaddafi once protected Europe from mass migration. Now, Libya is the main departure point for huge numbers of migrants coming into Europe illegally. The lesson here is pretty obvious. Sometimes even horrible dictators are preferable to the chaos that replaces them. Our leaders have not learned that. How will attacking Venezuela improve this country? Will it make America safer, more prosperous? No, it won't. That's not even the point, though. The idea that American foreign policy should somehow help America has become a quaint historical relic, something you don't see anymore, like phone booths or compelling network television. It's just gone. A Brookings Institution report predicts that a Venezuela crisis could create 8 million refugees. That's even more than the number created by the Syrian civil war. It's a disaster. 2 reckless Florida congressmen have proposed granting Venezuelans temporary protected status in the U.S. In other words, even if they came here illegally, they could stay forever. Temporary status like this never ends. Nicaragua still has temporary status, so it can recover from a hurricane that hit that country more than 20 years ago. If Venezuela gets this benefit, it will be around when your grandchildren are old, guaranteed. And if we send troops there, they will never leave either. Just like American troops have never left Syria or Iraq or Afghanistan or Korea for that matter. Permanent obligations to solve temporary problems. That's our foreign policy in a nutshell. In Washington, nobody learns anything.
I'm done. I don't need to say anything else. He hit everything. He said that on Fox News. He said that on the Republican Establishment Network. Wow. I couldn't agree with him more. The only thing that really bothered me was in the beginning. Of course, I understand it's Fox News. They have to go against socialism. He railed against Venezuela because of the socialism thing, saying that the reason they're in their problems because of socialism, yada, yada, yada. The trigger word, socialism, Venezuela. But there's many factors of why that Venezuela is in their situation. One of the main thing was that the U.S. flooded the market with oil because our export ban was over, and I forgot what year it was. But if you want to check out the video, she's awesome. She did an awesome video about it. Her name is Jennifer for Veterans. If you check her YouTube channel out, she has one of the videos details. I actually got that one of these points from her video. Great video. Check her out if you want to check that out about Venezuela. But there's many factors. So that one was like, okay, whatever. But everything else was spot on. He talked about Libya, Gaddafi, Marco Rubio. I did a video on Marco Rubio putting that Gaddafi picture. And he was talking about the consequences of the picture. He was talking about the aftermath of us going into countries. I mean, he hit everything on the head, and I really enjoyed that clip. It was pretty surprising, but it had to be said, and I'm glad it was on Fox. I'm glad it was on Fox News. All we need to do is get it on MSNBC, CNN. We have to try to get that narrative over there, but they don't. So that's why you watch videos like mine, and Kyle Kalinske, and Nico House, and Tim Black, and many others, Jimmy Dore, and stuff like that. So maybe I shouldn't really want them to say this thing, so you can keep watching my videos. But yeah, it was a great clip. A lot of people, a lot of people don't like to give credit to people they disagree with, and I have a lot of things to disagree with Tucker Carlson on immigration and things like that. Domestic issues with Medicare for all and whatever the case. But we need allies. If we want to do so, we can't do it on our own. We need people from the other aisle. That's what we have to understand. And conservatives should do the same thing. It's like, if they want things done, we have to work together. If you have one side doing and this side is nothing's gonna get done. We're not gonna meet in the middle. I look like Trump, but yeah, I'm happy he said it. I'm glad he said it, and he talked about slavery in Libya, and he was talking about all the consequences. That's what these neocons and these neolibs and these warmongers will never explain to you. The consequences. They always say, we're going to go in there and spread our freedom. They're going to love us. And it's all going to be rainbows and cherry top cakes and all the other stuff. They never tell you that you're going to have refugee crisis. You're going to have a possible slavery crisis. You're going to have trafficking, human trafficking. You're going to have so much things going on because Tucker hit that issue on the head. But if you take out a dictator in an area like that, something worse is going to fill that void, and they cannot, and there's not someone to control that area. Iraq with Saddam Hussein. You had 3 factions of people in one country. And Saddam Hussein was there. Yes, he was terrible person. But look what happened after he got toppled. Look what happened when we got in there and took him out. You have all these Al-Qaeda, ISIS, you have all these things going on there. Syria, Afghanistan, all these countries that when we go in, they're worse off than when we came in. So anyway, guys, I hope you liked the clip. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with Tucker Carlson? And do you agree with me that we have to reach across and get any kind of allies as possible in our fight for peace, in our fight for health care, in our fight for helping veterans? We have to be able to reach across the aisle. We can't be so partisan, especially with situations like interventionist wars. Anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.